Hey guys, this is Tim VanLeeuwen at VanLeeuwen Ranch. We're headed back to the vet today. It's been raining this morning, so it's taken a little bit to get these cattle loaded up that we're taking and head into the vet. It's 12:41 right now. We're actually supposed to be there at 12:45, but the vet's only a few miles away, so we should be there right on time. We're taking a heifer calf in that we're saving to breed next year. We're going to get her a Calf Hood Vaccination shot, which is a vaccination against Bangs disease. Bangs was a disease that they had. It was going around to a lot of cattle and a lot of farms. And what it would do is the cattle would get this disease and it would cause them to abort their calves. So they'd get pregnant, but they'd abort their calf. And it just, from what I hear, actually my grandpa, it just devastated a lot of cattle producers. My grandpa had a dairy farm. I think he told me he had 16 dairy cattle. His herd got it, and he had to get rid of his entire herd. And that actually was the end of his cattle herd. He just leased his farm out after that to the neighbor. Now, they did do a lot of testing when this disease was going around, and they did test all these cattle that went through the cell barns, from what I was told, and any cattle that had it could not make it back into the the breeding world. So a lot of this disease has been eradicated. I think it's almost mostly been eradicated in the U.S., although I have heard of a few cases here and there, but it's just a very few number of cases, in the single digits, I think. But it's just a good idea to, if you got some heifers that are good quality heifers, and you want to keep them safe, and just not take chances of getting a disease like this if it was to ever show back up. It's a good idea to get them this Calf Hood vaccination. What the vet will do is he'll go ahead and give them the vaccination. It has to be administered by a vet. He'll put a metal ID tag in their right ear, and they'll also put a tattoo in that inside of that right ear. And they also record the number on the ID tag, and they send that into the state. And so we'll get a receipt with some paperwork on it that shows that this vaccination has been recorded. It will be recorded with the state, and she'll be good. She won't ever have to have it again. It's just a one-time vaccination. And they want you to give the vaccination between when the heifer is 4 months and 10 months old. So our heifer is about 7 months old. So actually she's about 6. Actually, she's 6 months old. I misspoke there. She's 6 months old, so she's just the right age to get this shot, to get this vaccination. The other animal that we're taking into the vet, I gotta turn my defrost on. My windows are fogging up. The other animal we're taking into the vet is actually our bull, and he's developed about a softball-sized lump. About a softball-sized lump underneath his neck, right behind his lower jaw. And when I first noticed it, it was, it was smaller, but you could still definitely tell it was there. I didn't know if he had it when we got him, or if it was something he developed on our farm. I looked back at some pictures when we very first got him, and I do see a little lump on the left side of his neck. So I'm pretty sure that he had it when we got him, and I'd kind of just been waiting to see what was gonna happen with it. And also, you know, I didn't want to take him away from the herd, you know, since we had cows to breed. But now it's fall time, and that lump has really grown. It's went from being, you know, not all that big to about the size of a softball, and it's time to get it taken care of. We're going to see what's going on with that at the vet, and if it's something that, you know, can be drained, or if it's a hard mass. You know, we're going to see what it is, and if it will go away, or if it's something that is going to stay there. So we're going to get to the bottom of that too. And with that said, I'm getting ready to pull into the vet, so I'll get backed up to the working pens, and we'll get the cattle unloaded, and we'll pick up from there.
You up very much at all, didn't you? Hard as a rock. Got any bologna? I've got the ketchup and mayonnaise.
You not here?
No, I did.
You didn't hear him with the pink eye.
Come on, girl. You're home. There you go. There you go. Go on with your mama. We gotta let the bull out now. Unwire this. I just kind of put this wire here as a safety net, you know, in case that bull for some reason wanted to try to kick that gate and get in with that heifer. This is an old trailer. It does have a stop on the inside, but you just never know. There goes the gate. Let's go, big boy. And there he is. Boy, Didn't go out that gap right there. So my phone died right there at the end of that bull video. He's gonna go get on in on some grain, but that's already gone, so I better get all these gates shut before the cows try to get out. My gates here aren't the best. I just got them wired on here for now. I need to get them hung. My dad told me, well, they ain't gonna get out right now as long as I'm standing here. My dad told me he had a gate that he'd been meaning to get hung for I want to say 30 years or so, and he just got it hung when he retired, so that makes me not feel quite as bad about these gates. But so I know that video got cut short. My phone died. You can kind of see a little bit of pus hanging out of him still. So the vet said that he should heal on up. What he did was he lanced that abscess open, and you saw all the pus that came out. And he let the pus drain out, and then go on, Heifer. You don't need to be sniffing on that. He let all the pus drain out, and then he stuck a swab with some iodine on it and cleaned all that out in there, inside that cavity. He don't seem to be too mad at me. He just wants left alone. But he said that I asked him if this is going to be a repeat thing, and he said no. He said he said most likely no. He said it should heal on up. We got the pus drained. He got it cleaned out with iodine. I hate to do this on a rainy day, but it's about the only day. The weekend is the only time I have to do stuff. I don't get home in time during the work week. Hey guys, so I'm sitting back here in my truck now. My phone died again. You know these dang phones. 1 minute it says 40%, the next second it's dead. So I just decided to come back to the truck, get my phone on the charger, and finish up this video. So what I was trying to say when my phone died the last time, I wanted to get these two animals to the vet and get them taken care of, because we did buy 120 acres about 20 minutes from here, about 20 miles, I guess I should say. And we're going to move the cattle out there here shortly. There's a lot of stockpile grass out there, and I'm going to make a later video and give you a little bit more detail about how that 120 acres came about and how we ended up buying it. But our plan is to move the cattle out there. There's a lot of stockpile grass, which means I think we're going to be able to winter these cattle on that stockpile grass and not have to feed a lot of hay unless it rains. I'm sorry, it's been raining this morning. Unless it snows, then we'll put out hay for them. We'll probably unroll it as it's needed if it snows too much. But we're going to put protein tubs out there for them. They'll have those all winter long, because this dry prairie grass, this native grass, doesn't have much protein during winter. But we're going to put some 20% all natural protein tubs out there for them all winter long, so they'll be getting plenty of protein, I hope, and we won't have to feed too much hay unless it snows. So I'll get more into that 120 acres on another video. But as I was saying, I hate to do this in the rain, but with my work schedule and the time change is getting darker earlier, I just don't have time to get home, get everything loaded up, and take them into the vet after work. during the work week. So that leaves my only time to do stuff on the weekends. And sure enough, it's been dry all week, and then it decides to rain today on the day I need to take them to the vet. So one thing the vet told me was on the heifer, he said when the skin is wet, they're more likely to have a chance of getting an abscess where that shot went in, because you know the dirt on the skin and the hair when it gets wet can run into the open hole from the shot, and there's a chance that they could get an abscess. It wasn't raining, you know, it wasn't like a downpour this morning. It just kind of been lightly raining, like a light rain drizzle type of stuff, and her coat wasn't just drenched, and the skin wasn't just drenched with water. So I told him to go ahead and give her the vaccination. You know, I'd already brought her in, but I said, you know, I told him that, you know, I'll keep that in mind for next time for sure. But I felt like with the amount of light rain that we got, you know, and I kind of felt on her hair and looked at the skin, and skin underneath was still pretty much appeared to be dry. You know, it was just some light rain on the outside of her coat. That doesn't mean that she couldn't have had something go in with the needle, you know, but I think with the amount of rain that she had on her coat wasn't enough to just let a bunch of dirt and stuff run into that hole. And you know, the hole from a shot does close up fairly quickly, so I don't think there's much of a chance that she's going to get an abscess from getting that vaccine in the rain. As far as the bull, well, what I was trying to say before our video got cut off, you saw the pus and everything that came out. He said that the vet said that he should heal up just fine. He may have a hard lump there, a smaller hard lump there after everything heals up, just because he'd had that abscess for so long. He probably built up quite a bit of scar tissue. I guess I wouldn't call it an abscess that he's going to be left with, because you know, it won't be infected or anything once it heals up, but he's going to have some scar tissue there. He'll probably still always have a little lump there. It'll probably be, you know, not that noticeable when it finally does heal up and everything. So that's kind of what we had going on today at the ranch on this rainy Saturday morning. This is the weekend before Thanksgiving. And so we're going to be moving those cattle out there probably the weekend after Thanksgiving. And so I just wanted to get those taken care of, and I'll make another video when we get the cattle moved out there. And I'll give you an update on how the bull and the heifer are doing. And I'll give you a quick tour of the farm out there and show you what our plans for that farm is. And so I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you like watching our videos, please like and subscribe to our channel. I'm going to give you as much information as I can, like taking you along to these vet visits. And, you know, I'd like to interview a few people that I know that have been in the cattle business for a long time. We're going to be doing some of those interviews on some later videos, and they're going to give us a lot of information, give you guys a lot of information about their farms and their cattle and some of their experiences in the cattle business and what they're doing on their farms to improve their farms, improve their operations, and improve their cattle. So I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video, and take care, everybody, and have a happy Thanksgiving.